great win for our program. So much of the credit goes to our administration for getting that in the season ticket package, so I really am thankful to Daryl and Tina for making that happen. One of the things that was great about coming over here last year was to play in the MGM and now to get in the season ticket package and to get Runnin Rebel fans in the building, and it was absolutely electric. Our players will talk about it too, what it meant to them. Just thought we had a really good week of practice this week, and we had to manage some injuries, we had to manage some illness. Everyone's across the country is going through it, but I just thought it was a great team win. Got off to a fantastic start in the game, shared the ball, made big plays. Ike Wamu got us going with energy. I thought Patrick McCaw and Jerome really controlled everything out there. And then Steven Zimmerman, who probably shouldn't have played tonight with his ankle, but really toughed it out and got us 12 rebounds. I thought he was a difference maker. So quick turnaround, go down to Wichita and play on Wednesday, but I want these guys to enjoy this for the night, and then we'll get back together tomorrow, Saturday, watch some film, shoot a little bit, and then take Sunday off and come back and practice on Monday. But just great crowd support. Runnin Rebel fans showed up, and it was a huge difference for us. Again, we thought we played really well in the first half, got off to a great start in the second half, and then hit a little bit of a lull. And a lot of that credit goes to Oregon. Benjamin got going. We didn't guard their flare screens very well. And then I thought one of the key plays in the game was when Ike switched out and made a great defensive play on that. But again, everyone that went in the game played with energy, played together. I thought our bench was fantastic. And once again this season, our depth won out. And that's a big deal for us. And I've said it many times, can only start 5 guys, can only play 5 guys at a time, and our guys have been so accepting of what we're trying to do, and I'm really, really proud of it. So I want them to enjoy it for the night. Questions?
Dave, it started, I think, in the Indiana game when I seemed to pick up some confidence. Is he playing now the way you expected him to play from the start?
Yeah, we're losing a couple guys early last year. We needed to add a graduate transfer for some experience. I think Ben Carter certainly does that for us. I think that Jerome Seegers does that for us, and just the maturity level that Ike Wamu brings is huge. I mean, he's a guy who's played in the NCAA tournament. He's played a lot of college basketball games, and he's a leader for us, and one of the best things he does is score the basketball. And he didn't just score it tonight from the perimeter, even though he could have hit some really deep shots to start the game. I thought a couple of his driving baskets were huge for us in terms of attacking the basket. That was one of the things. We were able to get them over the foul limit in the second half, and we knew we could get to the foul line. And I thought that was one of the differences in the game as well, was we didn't settle for too many jump shots in the second half. I thought we attacked the basket with Steven Zimmerman inside, making some huge plays. Obviously, Ben Carter was aggressive, and I thought Ike attacking the basket and Jerome attacking the basket were huge for us.
We talked a lot about Ben Carter coming into this game and what it would mean for him. We saw kind of this workmanlike has been described in 10 points, 6 rebounds. So can you just assess his play out there tonight?
Yeah, it doesn't totally characterize what Ben really is when you talk about him when I talk about him being a glue guy, because sometimes you think about a glue guy just being a role guy. But he's a glue guy who's an all-conference caliber player. And I said it after the Indiana game. I went to Ben before the Indiana game and said, I'm going to start Dwayne. I need to bring you off the bench. And Ben said, Coach, whatever you need that'll help this team win. And when you got a player who's as good a player as Ben Carter is, who makes huge plays, who gets huge defensive rebounds, and he says, Coach, whatever you need me to do, that's what Ben Carter's all about. And so obviously it was a really good win for our program, really good win for Ben, and we'll move forward. But I just thought Ben's maturity level handling the situation, it's always hard when you play against your former team. There's some emotion that's there, but I know the respect that Ben has for Dana Altman and their program, and I can tell you that the player that left Las Vegas and came back to Las Vegas was a much better player for having played for Dana Altman, and that's a credit to Oregon's program.
You went more than 10 minutes in the second half without a field goal, and just what did you see as the main issue there offensively?
I thought we got off to a very good start in the second half, and I was concerned and expressed my concern to our guys at halftime that we had we gave up the offensive rebound at the end of the first half, and they cut it to 14. And I was concerned about our effort level to start the second half just because we had the double-digit lead. And I thought we came out with energy and played well, and then we just hit a stretch where we couldn't make a basket. And I thought, unfortunately, that it affected our energy level on defense. And probably played a couple guys a few more minutes than maybe I would have liked to. We had some foul trouble we were dealing with. Derek Jones had some foul trouble tonight. But I thought we found our way, and when we got back to attacking the basket, getting the free throw line, I thought the game changed back for us in the right way.
Jerome Seegers' confidence in the role that he is in seems to increase game by game. Talk about him and what you mentioned
Yeah, it's huge for us when our point guard scores 16 points and only takes 8 shots. And I thought I really think it goes back to the Chaminade game when he took 5 shots, and then the Indiana game when he controlled things. And one of the best things that Jerome does is shoot the ball. And yet, one of the best things he's doing for us right now is controlling and running the team. And so we still want him to shoot and be aggressive, but he's playing much more like the pure point guard that we thought he could be. And so he was, with the ball handling we have out there with him and with Pat, we always feel confident. We only turned the ball over 4 times in the first half, went into halftime at 7 assists and 4 turnovers, and then we turned the ball over 4 times in the first 4 minutes, and every time we got a shot, got to the basket, good things happened. We just had a few too many turnovers in the second half, but I thought Jerome was fantastic.
You switched Pat on to Benjamin there in the second half and got 2 straight turnovers from him. Was that like the defensive impact you expected?
Brilliant coaching move by Coach Augman and Coach Simon. Had nothing to do with me at all. You know, our staff doesn't get nearly enough credit. Todd Simon, Stacy Augman, Ryan Miller. I mean, these guys have done a great job of preparing this team and putting the scouting reports together, and our guys were ready. But it was just we were looking for someone who could bother Benjamin on the perimeter. Benjamin got hot. We couldn't get him stopped. He was hitting from 3. He was driving the ball. He just, you know, similar to what we were doing in the first half. And so Pat got a couple of huge stops. And again, one of the turning points was Ike Wamu's defensive play on the flare screen. Made a huge play right there. But again, I thought Steven Zimmerman's rebounding the entire game was one of the differences in the game.
Coach, overall, what was your opinion of the team defensively? I mean, for the first half, Oregon didn't have much going on, aside from that little stretch mid-second half that really didn't seem like they had much going on either. Speak to the effect of the effort you guys put in.
I told the guys before the game, Coach Augman put a great scouting report together, and I said, this is all important, and what Coach Miller is going to call an offense, that's really important. I said, but what it really comes down to is playing hard and playing together. The X's and O's are important, but playing hard and playing together is what it's all about. And when a team like Oregon, who I think is a very, very good offensive team, they have multiple shooters, they can space the floor, they got all kinds of guys who can make plays, and we hold them to 39% for the game, we got a chance to win and be good. And I just am so proud of our progress defensively. Coach Simon, Coach Augman done a great job on the defensive side with our group.
You talk about the challenge going to Wichita and facing a team that's going to be really hungry for a win.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll be at full strength on Wednesday. And we went down there 3 years ago and played my first year as a head coach in the Missouri Valley Mountain West Conference Challenge. And I don't think anyone signs up to say, hey, I volunteer to go down to Wichita State and play. But having said that, it's a top 25 program. It's a program that's been in the Final Four in the last few years, and it's a great opportunity for us. And we knew when we put this schedule together it was going to be difficult. And so far we've answered every bell. Came up a little bit short against UCLA and responded against Indiana and responded tonight. And it's the next challenge in what we're trying to do. And you know why we schedule hard. We schedule hard to get ready for conference. It helps our current players. They want to play against the best. It's great for recruiting. And a huge part is we've got great season ticket holders who buy tickets and support our program, and we want to do it for them as well because they like when these kind of teams come in. And it's always fun when we have an opportunity to play a team like Oregon. And I'm thankful that Dana Altman was willing to do this. And we'll have a challenge of going back up to Portland next year to play them up there. And so that'll be a great opportunity for us as well.
Hey, Dave, starting back with the UCLA game, it seemed like a lot of these teams, several teams since then, have been going zone against you, specifically 1-2-2. Is that something you're conscious of, and you guys are working on that in practice?
Yeah. We probably have spent more time on zone offense in the last 2 weeks than we have in a long time. And I think we've gotten a lot better. I thought one of the differences, not that you asked this question, but since it's about zone, one of the differences in the Indiana game was Coach Crean went zone in the first half, and 3 or 4 straight possessions. I remember we threw it to Ben on the block, and Pat cut down the lane, and we hit Pat. And I thought our zone offensive attack has been much, much better, and we've done a great job of spacing the floor. We've got good shooters. I mean, when you play them against as much zone as we did in the first half against Oregon, and we go 8 for 16 from 3, it's a big deal. We didn't want to fall in love with the threes, but I thought the threes came from playing inside out or attacking the press and earlying the ball up and spacing the floor. And when we do that, we're pretty good offensively. And to be able to shoot 49% in the first half, you know, that's why we had a 14-point lead.
Coach, coming off 2 big wins now, recent wins, Indiana and now Oregon tonight. about complacency at all with the guys? Think you have to do anything going forward to keep the guys?
This is a pretty grounded group. I mean, that's where I give Ike Wamu and Jerome Seegers and Ben Carter a lot of credit. These guys just keep answering the bell, and that's my job too, and the staff's job to make sure that we won't let them be complacent, because we got big goals, and our big goal is to try to win our next game. And our next game just happens to be a really hard game against a team that's, with the full complement of players, is a top 10, top 15 program and a Final Four contender. And so, great opportunity for us to go and play our first true road game on Wednesday. So, no complacency with this program. And the great thing about our depth is if I see someone on the floor who's complacent, you'll hear a buzzer and someone else will go in for him and a guy will learn his lesson. We got great kids in our program. I'm really proud of them.
Take one more for Coach.
Did you look at how you did at the free throw line?
I didn't, but I knew it was pretty good because 86%. So whoever the free throw shooting coach is in our program is doing a heck of a job. Tina, he deserves a raise, whoever that is.
Thanks. Thanks, Coach. Guys, if you come up.
What was it like for your old team out there tonight? Seemed like you had a lot of energy. What was kind of the experience of that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had a little bit more incentive, playing against my old team, old coaching staff. But it was looking ahead from, the week before this game. I told everyone it's just a great opportunity for us to play against a ranked team and a great team at that. And, our team responded today, and the win is special for me, but also special for this team.
You talked about getting off to a fast start. You and Pat came out and Jerome also hit some big threes and really set the tone. Talk about the beginning.
We really wanted to come out and be aggressive. So once the opportunity came, because we got a lot of great offense with attacking, once the opportunity came, we just took it because we've been working on our game. So it's just a product of hard work, really.
Stephen, what was the effect of the ankle tonight?
I don't think it affected me that much, just because I didn't really practice this week, but all throughout the week, my teammates, instilled nothing but confidence and positive thoughts, and having the fans that we have, it kind of brought me energy to play through it, so it didn't really matter. It hurts pretty bad.
Steven, talk about your play down the stretch there. You hit some pretty big shots, big help, some big boards.
Once again, the confidence thing. I wasn't making the shots that I wanted to down by the post. My touch wasn't there tonight, but my teammates kept telling me to keep shooting it, and we were working it around, and everybody was touching the ball, and it was just good basketball.
Yeah, my shot kind of felt good pregame, but it's really just my teammates instilling confidence in me and telling me to shoot the ball when I'm open, and them making plays for me. So it's really on them. Yeah, it's really just like I said, my teammates, and just getting in the gym, just working on my craft. So, but it all can't come together without having great teammates that instill confidence in me.
For Ike and Ben, you guys obviously got a 20-point lead and then had a 10-minute stretch. As the veterans, what were you telling the other guys about trying to settle things down and get back on track?
Well, I definitely should have made those layups. I missed some easy ones. I can, take some of the blame for that. But, we ran some good offense all game. I feel the problem was we kind of turned off our aggressiveness. We weren't really attacking their defense like we were in the first half. But that happens within during a game. Stretches like that happen. Obviously not 10 minutes long, but stretches without a field goal happen, and luckily enough, we were able to get some stops when we needed them, and that's what it comes down to, and that's what good teams do. They get stops and they get buckets when you need them, and it led to a win for us.
Yeah, the biggest thing was just making sure we stayed with it, because basketball, it's a game of runs, so that was their run. So we just need to make sure we stayed on top of everything and made sure we were doing the right things, and it'll even itself out eventually.
Got time for two more questions. Oregon has to get in here too.
Mike, how do you feel with that three at the end? You got the Kind of close it out with that big three at the end.
It felt really good. It's the kind of thing you dream of when you're playing college basketball. But yeah, it was just it was a great game. There was a great crowd, and we're really appreciative for everything.
Last one? All right, guys, thank you.
Thank you guys.